Hello. Just waiting on Facebook to join in. Good morning, Instagram. Hi. Good morning. Hello over there, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, everyone. Another day, another topic. It's Thursday. Almost through another week of June, which is crazy. My youngest son turns 9 this month, and I just realized, oh my gosh, his birthday is like right around the corner. I haven't even thought about what to get him. It's like these days move so slowly yet so fast all at the same time with everything we have going on. It's like I feel like I never know what day it is, but then all of a sudden it's been like a week, which is crazy. And I suppose that's good. I suppose it's good to not always be so involved in what time it is and what day it is, but at the same time, it kind of makes you feel like you're losing your mind, right? So that's crazy. Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Trisha Pingel, and this is your morning checkup. And I am going a little bit lighter today, a little bit lighter in topic, but I think still just as valuable, because sometimes the lighter topics have the most impact. I mean, not all of us have chronic disease. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Leah. I think some of the topics about disease and disease development, only apply to some of you, but I think all of us can relate to current situations going on around us, ways that we can improve our health in general. And the bottom line is friends play a huge role in that. And we're going to talk about friends today. We're going to talk about friendship and how friendship actually improves your health. Now, I think the topic is somewhat timely. I think right now there's a lot of distance between people. I've seen a lot of distance between, not my friends, but people out there that maybe used to be great friends and now have a differing opinion, and now they're attacking each other. And I think, gosh, there's so much value in friendship, and there's so much value in friendship with people that aren't exactly like you. And I think we can all learn from each other and grow and improve our health from that. So I thought this was a pretty timely issue. So I want to talk about some of the research that's surrounding friendship and how being without friends can actually harm your health, and how being with friends can help your health. And as we're moving towards, commingling back into society at a limited basis, I think it's giving us an opportunity to reconnect. I know that for me personally, I had a very hard time with the isolation period, with everything locked down, because I couldn't see people, and I really, really love to see people. But what I did do is I was able to text, meet up with people by video. It reminded me the people around me that lift me up, the people that fulfill my soul, the people that make me who I am, that keep me in check. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has bad days. Everybody does dumb things, and it's your friends. It's the people that love you, that pick you back up and keep you marching forward and accept you for who you are. And I think there's a very valuable health lesson in that. So let's talk a little bit about how friends actually help your health. Good morning. Good morning. So studies have definitely shown that loneliness will negatively impact your health. And I did a live on that, it was maybe 6 weeks ago or so. It was a while back, about how loneliness is actually an epidemic and how it is harming our health and causing more disease. Well, to the opposite of that, there's been a ton of studies about how friendship and being together actually improves your life. A recent study revealed that adults that have solid friendships have a 50% increase in survival rate. And the explanation behind that is what is so cool, okay? Like why that happens. So what they found is that friendships help improve your health by providing a buffer to stressful situations. So we've talked a lot about how stress impacts your health and how stress can affect your cardiovascular system, your thyroid, your gut health, your mood, your muscles. I mean, everything is impacted by stress. Cortisol in a chronic state is not our friend. Well, what is our friends? Our friends can help lower cortisol because they're there as an outlet. It's almost like free therapy, right? It's somebody to bounce things off of. It's somebody to keep you grounded. My friends personally keep me very grounded. Being without them, being without them during that time was very, very difficult for me because I felt like my feet were kind of like all off the ground. I didn't really know what I was supposed to do, where I was supposed to go. And it's them that keep me here, that remind me of my roots, that remind me, of even some of my poor traits that I need to work on. Thank you. Red is my color. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. I figured a nice bright color today. So they provide a buffer to stressful situations, and that's been shown to increase your health. In fact, giving and receiving social support has been shown in studies to support healthy blood pressure levels, lower inflammation, and aid in healing wounds, if you can believe it. So are you guys out there? I normally get lots of thumbs up. Is this topic a little off for you guys? A little too emotional? Maybe. I don't know. But I will tell you the other thing that friendships show is that cancer survivors, people survive cancer more with friends, right? You want to hear about that? So what they found is that a strong social support group can help improve the health of breast cancer survivors. Now, they looked at breast cancer survivors and they decided from these studies, which I'll share with you here, that there is a lower rate of recurrence of breast cancer when those people are surrounded by their friends. Now, same treatments, right? Same everything else, but the support group makes all the difference. And I truly believe there's energy that exchanged between people. There's positivity. There's people that, really lift you up and keep you moving. And I think in cancer, the survivors that I have met all have that type of attitude where they're just like, you know what, we're just going to keep moving forward and we're going to do what we can. And they rely on their friends and their support team. And I think that's very important. In 2016, researchers followed more than 9,000 women, okay? And they all had been diagnosed with all stages of breast cancer. And they followed them for a period of 20 years. These women were asked to provide details about their personal relationships within 2 years of receiving their cancer diagnosis. This is crazy. What they found is that women with the fewest social ties, so the least amount of friends or support group, were 43% more likely to experience a breast cancer recurrence. They were 64% more likely to die from breast cancer, and had a 69% higher mortality rate from having less social ties. That's crazy, right? So if friendship can help you recover from cancer, what else can friendship do? Like, I look at that and I go, gosh, you know what? I think there's so much value in the people around us. There's so much about talking and communicating and being together and being there for each other through hard times. And I think all of us can agree that these are not necessarily easy times. There's a lot of people going through a lot right now. And so I think friendship is an important topic. There might be some friends that you haven't reached out to in a while that very much may need you right now. Yeah, you've relocated and miss seeing your friends, Leah. Yeah, I relocated here from Seattle over 20 years ago, and I didn't have any friends down here at the time. And I think it's taken a long time for me to establish those friendships. And when I met my husband and I have been together for about 20 years, a little bit longer. So I had him, but I didn't have a ton of friends. Friends kind of came and went, and it wasn't until more recently that I really kind of established my tribe of people. And I think it takes time to decide who's going to be there when you're not at your best and who's not. And when you refine those people, my biggest advice is hang on to them. Hang on to them for whatever you can, because the benefits to having people around you that support you 100% are obviously there. And we all want to, and even if it's only one person, it doesn't have to be 100 people. I think, part of me looks at this with my kids who are all about they don't have social media accounts, but all of their friends do. And they're like, how many friends do I have? Oh, well, I have this many friends. Well, are they really friends? I mean, there is something very valuable in having a friendship. And these studies don't say that you have to have a lot of friends. Nowhere does it say that. You just have to have your people that you can rely on, that you can be angry with, that you can be sad with, that you can be stupid with, that you can be happy with, that you can say the wrong thing with, and they will be there for you. Those are the people that I'm talking about. We're not talking about hundreds and hundreds of friends, okay, guys? That's not what the research says. But the research also says, in addition to the point about cancer and about helping you live longer, they also help keep your brain healthy. There's a study in Sweden where they followed 75 people who are 75 years old or older. Gosh, I'm having a hard time talking today. Must be Thursday. So 4 quarters are better than 100 pennies. I agree with you. Very good statement. That was great. I like that. So they looked at seniors essentially, and they found that the risk of dementia is lower for those that had a healthy social support. Then there was another study in 2017 that found when people aged 50 or older experienced positive social support from children, their risk of dementia reduced by about 30%. Okay, so there was some sort of exchange that happened between, grandma and grandpa and the grandchildren that made all the difference in their mental health. And I think that's very, very important to consider. This may not be kind of a standard friendship that you would think of, but it shows how having a relationship full of kindness and love, just a simple exchange. I mean, I can't imagine that the children and the elderly had a really deep conversation. I can't imagine that they talked about the important issues in life. They probably just chit-chatted, and just having that chit-chat and that interaction and that simplicity helped the brains of the elderly. That's just a simple conversation. That's just a hello in a grocery store, which I do all the time, and I love. I love saying hello to people in the grocery store. I just do. There's an exchange that happens that is just lovely for both people, just saying hello, and I hope you have a great day, and thank you, the checkout person. I just say thank you, thank you for your assistance, or, I hope you're having a great day, or, you chit-chat. Chit-chat actually is really important, and I think we spend so much time always wanting to talk about big issues, and sometimes it's just as simple as this. My life today is not overly deep, okay? It's not a detailed conversation. We're not getting into biochemistry, but we're chit-chatting. We're connecting, hopefully, and we're having a conversation. And that's what today's live is about. It's just realizing that there's other people out there that just want to connect with you and just want to be with you and just want to make sure that you're okay. That's why I'm here, right? I see some notes over on Facebook. Sorry, I'm just reading them to see if, yeah. Kelly, I hear you, girl. I hear you. Me too. I have had numerous family members with Alzheimer's. My grandpa now, pretty significant dementia, and it is not easy. But anytime I visit, he lights up. It makes his day. Whether he knows who I am or not, it doesn't really matter, right? It just lights his day. Chit chat, right? It's important. So there are some general tips. I'm sure most of you kind of will know these as far as general tips to maintain friendships, but I just want to remind you of a few things that may make your day or may make this person's day, your friend's day. Hello, Heather. Hi, friend. I have a friend that just said hello that I have known since I was maybe 11 or 12. I want to say, when I'm going into what to do with your friends, I just want to remind you that we're not all the same, okay? I have friends that I've known since I was a child. I have friends that I just met as an adult. And I have to say, pretty across the board, we all have quite a lot of differences. We don't all believe the same thing, and yet we all come together and we make it work, and we learn from each other, and we listen. Listen is one of the number one things that you can do to be a good friend and be a good friend to somebody else. We spend a lot of time talking, and I realize that as I'm standing up here talking, but we spend a lot of time talking and not enough time listening. And often you listen, you learn something new, you move forward. Whether or not you agree with it, doesn't really matter. Good friends will listen regardless. So if you have somebody that takes the time to listen to you when you're having a bad day, acknowledge that person today. Send them a little note that says, hey, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Little things like that make all the difference. Spending time together is, of course, important. Now, in this environment, it isn't so easy, right? We're not necessarily doing large gatherings. I'm someone who likes to hold barbecues, swim parties. I like to celebrate at the holidays. I like to have large parties. Obviously, I'm not doing that right now. I'm trying to be respectful of the situation. But small gatherings are still possible. You know, our neighbors will go out in the cul-de-sac and we'll all kind of stand out there 10 feet apart and we'll just chit chat for a while. I have a lot of people in my neighborhood. You know, being in Arizona, we're outside a lot, even in the summer. But a lot of people have chairs out front, and in the evenings people go out, grab a glass of wine or something, and we just sit out and the kids play or ride their bikes or take walks and be mindful of distancing, but we're all just kind of out there together, just as a community, as a community. And that's something you can do right now. You can do that right now. You don't have to be locked in your house. You can walk outside, right? You know, if you have a neighbor and you have an outdoor patio, you know, you guys can distance on a patio and have a conversation. Just say hello. It's something as simple as that. Getting rid of your cell phone, getting rid of the internet all day. And when we're stuck at home, what do? We sit online all day and we look at our friends online, right? Let's look at our real friends. Let's look at our friends that we know personally. Some of my friends I grew up with that, you know, we didn't have cell phones at the time. We actually had to ride our bikes to each other's houses, and we had to make a point of making a connection, meeting at a park, meeting at school, going to activities together. You know, those types of things are very important. So take the time to reach out to some of your friends today. And if you haven't heard from someone in a while, check in, okay? Because a lot of people are having a hard time. So we talked about listening, but there's also a huge part of honesty. I think that if you have a good friend, you can be honest. And sometimes you lose friendships over being honest, and that's unfortunate. I think if we're listening and we're understanding and we're working together, we can afford to be honest with each other and not do that in a disrespectful way. So honesty is important in friendships. And communications are important in friendships. So if there's anything that I can relay today, it's number one, we don't need 1,000 friends to have the health benefits. We don't need, you know, everyone's support. We don't need everyone to agree with us. We don't need to agree with everyone. We just need to find those people that lift you up, that fill your soul, that make you feel supported, the friends that listen, the friends that show up when you need them, and you show up for them. And that's what improves our health. And the more we start to divide ourselves and move away from people, the worse our health is going to be. And my mission out here is to improve people's health. It's to improve optimal health. It's to help us become healthier as a nation. So if having some good friends will do that, then take a moment today and just shoot a little message to your friends. Remind them that you're there, and you know, let them know that you're there to listen and be there as a support. Tell them they are beautiful. Yeah, I'm someone who does like to reach out to friends and just tell them how much I appreciate them. I think sometimes that makes people feel uncomfortable, but at the same time, I really do. You know, I think especially when you've gone through loss, and many people have, you recognize how important those relationships are, because they could be gone tomorrow, you know? And life isn't about regret. It's about moving forward, and it's about communication, and it's about surrounding yourself with people. So do your best in these times to surround yourself with the people that love you. Reach out, even if your friends are states away. Many of my friends are states away. They don't live in Arizona. You know, many of my closest friends don't live in Arizona. And so, but it's just an issue of reaching out and making a point to do it. So I know this was a lighter topic today. I know it wasn't as health focused and study heavy as I normally do, but you know, every day is a little bit different. And I woke up today just really feeling just the energy of people, that people just needed a reminder of just simple love. That's why the red today. Just love. Spread some love today. Spread some love to the people you love, and it will only benefit your health. You will live longer. You will have lower inflammation. You will have lower blood pressure. You will have a higher survival rate from cancer. So anyway, I am Dr. Tricia Pingel. This is your morning checkup. I will be back tomorrow, which is Friday at the end of the week. Thank you. I consider you all friends as well. Thank you. You have some beautiful comments. Thank you to all of you for being here. Please spread a lot of love. Smile a lot. Smile at someone you don't know today. Spread a little love. Remind people that we are here. Okay? Much love to all of you. Take care now.